Evangelicals very much act like men who have been rejected.
So when an insecure man gets rejected and an insecure Christian gets rejected, they have the same response. They get angry. It boils down to their fragile identity. Their ego is so enmeshed with their belief system or their social role, so that if you say to a man, no, thank you, I'm not interested, or to an evangelical, no, actually, I don't agree with you, I don't believe how you believe, they don't think that you're rejecting their message. They think you're rejecting them, their identity. You see, they have tied their worth to being right. So rejection feels like a personal attack. For example, when a man approaches a woman and she politely declines, generally the thing he says next is, well, I didn't want you anyway, or you're not even that cute, or I was trying to do you a favor. And it's very similar when you reject a evangelical Christian's message. They're all loving and kind until you say no thank you, and then they're like, fine, burn in hell then. Or they're condescending and they'll say things like, well, I'll be praying for your soul and for God to open your eyes. Or they'll tell you that you were never saved to begin with, or if you just read the Bible with the Holy Spirit, you'd finally understand it. Their comments are loaded with superiority and self-righteousness because they can't imagine that somebody would believe differently than them. We're talking about beliefs and not facts. And everybody can believe however they want. You see, the hostility is a defense mechanism against their shame. So then they think, yeah, I can't be wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm not unworthy. You must be the problem. You have a performative man that's only kind in order to get a woman's attention. And when he's rejected, that act collapses. Versus an authentic man who treats people with kindness whether he gets his way or not. Same with Christians. You have the performative Christian who evangelizes and tells people about Jesus in order to get validation, to get another notch on their belt of somebody they saved. They're looking for approval by the community, or they feel superior because they're a good Christian. But rejection will make them bitter real fast. Versus the authentic Christian who embodies the fruits of the Spirit, love, peace, patience, kindness, goodness. And they do that regardless of the outcome because they know that it is the Holy Spirit's job, not theirs, to lead people to Jesus. And rejection doesn't shake them because their identity isn't fragile. The paradox is that faith is supposed to be about trust in God without certainty because it's faith and not fact. But fragile, performative Christians act as if being right is everything. And the same with men. Masculinity is supposed to be about strength, but fragile men can't handle being told no. That's weakness. You see, a secure person doesn't need to impose their beliefs on somebody. They don't need to threaten anybody or belittle anybody. And this is the test of authenticity, is how do they respond when they don't get their way? So if your identity crumbles when somebody says no to you, your identity was never secure to begin with, or your faith.